Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to beat clutch time online fast and easy here in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 7,000 subscriber mark on the channel, uploading every single day, multiple videos a day, and I would really appreciate your support if you haven't already. If you do subscribe, without further ado, let's hop right into the video and talk about it. So the first thing that is most important for clutch time is making sure that you have a super solid lineup of guys who can stretch the floor, defend, and things like that. Obviously, as y'all can see, I have one of the best lineups in the game here as my starting lineup, so that definitely will benefit me to have a team like that, but it's not necessary to have a team that is this good to have success in clutch time. For example, I could throw John Morant in there as a card that everybody has. Another guy that a lot of people have at the shooting guard position would probably be a guy, I don't know, maybe Kelly Tripucka. A lot of people have. Fred Jones is a free shooting guard. Scotty Barnes is like 10K, so that's another guy you can get for free, or very, very close to free. Giannis, I will also leave, and Pau Gasol. I'll leave these three guys here because they're all very, very solid budget options, whereas the two guys that were here are not exactly budget guys. But you could build a team like this very, very easily, where you have 5 guys who are at least somewhat capable shooters. Even Giannis can kind of stretch the floor to a certain extent. 2 guys who are solid interior defenders in Giannis and Pau. A guy who's kind of a lock in Scotty Barnes, and everybody has stretching the floor ability. Ja's a bit of a ball handler. Overall, you have ball handlers, defenders, and things like that. And especially early this year, it is important to have those capable ball handlers and things like that, as well as defenders, guys who can stretch the floor and things like that. Just prevents any spot on your team from being a liability, and you can do that with a budget team, with a no money spent team, very effectively, even here in the first couple of days of NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. Just want to make sure you have a well-rounded, super solid team, and yeah, this is certainly that well-rounded team. So let's hop into the game and let's talk about what you can do in game to have success. The first thing that I want to talk about in game is your settings. I'm not going to go through and show you all my defensive settings right now. That is going to be a separate video, but I do have my defensive settings figured out, at least for right now. That doesn't mean they won't change, but for right now, we do have our defensive settings set up. So, but I will be making a video on that here in the next few days, showing you all my defensive settings here early in week 1. But what I will say is overall, it's very, very important to have those defensive settings put in so that it helps you out on the defensive end, just giving yourself the best chances to win. Same thing with the offensive settings. Want to make sure you throw on a freelance, whether that's Bucks 2018, Hawks 2018, current point freelance, things like that. You just want to make sure you throw on a freelance so that you have good spacing on the offensive end of the court for your pick and roll and things like that, and then turn off the adaptive coaching engine so they don't mess things up. Additionally, if you want, you can make matchups and things like that. Like this guy actually has Pink Diamond Steph Curry, who's really, really good offensively. So I'm going to throw Scotty Barnes on there, let John Morant guard Fred Jones, and Kelly Tripucka guard Chris Mullin, so we have a better on-ball defender on Steph. This guy's team is actually very, very good, though. He's got a better team than me, so this is going to be a quality test for our squad. Give us a chance to explain what you can do in clutch time to have success. All right, hopping into the game. Like I said, my opponent's team is very, very solid. First thing you want to do, hop into your freelance. That's about the only adjustment that we're going to be making. D-Rose going to the rim. That's a little bit of force. I'll be completely honest. I thought that was going to be a little bit more open than it was. But the key in this game mode is to not force shots, not force 4-pointers. Just because the 4-point line is there doesn't mean it's something that you need to force. Run your pick and roll, attack the rim, try to get open looks. We got a pretty good look on a catch and shoot there with Giannis. That's a very, very good shot, able to knock it down. Like I said, if you can shoot, which go in freelance, practice your releases, you can shoot with guys like Giannis. He can stretch the floor at a high level. I know he only has like a 66 3-pointer, but he's a capable shooter for sure. That's a quality shot by my opponent. Want to try not to give up threes. I know I gave one up there, but he at least had to green like a lightly. You want to make it tough on your opponent to knock down those threes, make them work for threes, and then take your 2s on the other end of the court. We get our pick and roll going there, get an open 2, and we take it. You really want to take what you can get on the offensive end of the court and try to do it quickly as well, because you just don't have that much time in this mode, unfortunately, to just run around and try to create offense, just because it's only a 14-second shot clock. So you want to be taking what is given you. Again, we get an easy dunk, and we're going to take that. Go down the lane, take our dunk, give ourselves a 73 lead. Take what is available to you on the offensive end of the court, and then don't give up 3s and 4s on defense, but also don't overswing. Play pretty straight up defense. 14 seconds is a lot of time, and defense is not that hard in this game right now. In terms of getting stops, it's harder to play offense than defense. So you probably want to focus more on trying to play on the defensive end of the court and just not give up anything easy, instead of trying to be special on defense, rotate, get swings, things like that. Again, we blow right by Pau Gasol. That's a bit of a mismatch you can exploit there. Things like that when you have a guy like Giannis who's got much better speed than Pau Gasol. That's a bit of a mismatch that you can try to exploit and take advantage of, and that's what I did a good job of right there, was taking advantage of that mismatch. Giannis did not contest the layup for some reason. I'm not really sure why that is, but we're still up by Up by 2 against a guy with a much better team than me, and it's just showing what you can do even if you don't have the best squad in the world. I don't think that was a bad take either. I mean, it gets blocked. We're getting a little bit unlucky, to be completely honest, with a couple of these last animations on these last couple possessions, and yet we still have ourselves in a lead in this game, playing very, very solidly. So Pau Gasol with the board, push it up to Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes has a bit of a mismatch. Then we're going to throw it into Giannis. We're going to go up, and we're going to take our dunk again. Pau Gasol just not quite quick enough to keep up with Giannis for him, and we're able to get another dunk out of it, which gives ourselves a 4-point lead. He greens another lightly with Steph. Pink Diamond Steph is killing me. All right, another tip. If you're getting killed by one card, which I am getting killed right now by Pink Diamond Steph, I am going to click on and start usering way up on Steph, making him really work if he just wants to shoot shots. He's not going to be running up and getting shots like he did anymore because he's using Steph. He's forcing shots with Steph. He's doing a good job of getting shots with Steph. I am going to now be clicking on Scotty Barnes and just staying in front of Steph, not giving up any sort of threes. It's so hard to dribble and create those shots at this point in the year. You just want to make sure you're right up there. That's great defense as well. Able to get ourselves a stop. Scotty Barnes out in transition. That we should be able to go up on Steph, and we're going to get an easy layup, and that's going to give us a 7-point lead. Now we're in complete control of the game. We've managed to get a couple stops on the last couple of possessions, and now we have taken what's available on offense, and we're scoring on basically every single possession because of it, running our pick and roll, things like that, making sure we have our spacing, our defensive settings, and all those things. Again, very, very good defense, clicking on with Pau, not giving up an easy bucket, making him work, and he's not able to finish it, and now we are in control. I mean, at this point, it almost doesn't matter if I score or not because the game is basically over, but again, he's going to give me a wide open three. I'm going to take my wide open three, and I'm going to knock it down. Just make sure you have quality players on the court. As long as you have those quality players, even if it's a budget team, the team I'm running is a budget team, you can have a ton of success. Good shot by him, but at this point, the game's basically over. As y'all can see now, we're up 7. This game is basically over. Again, just not really giving up threes at this point. He just doesn't have anything going on the offensive end of the court. That's a great bait right there. Sent a little bit of a double team, and we're able to get the steal. I don't know why he just shot a pull-up mid-range there instead of dunking the ball. We'll take our dunk regardless of Scotty Barnes. Up by 9 with 11 seconds left, and we managed to beat a guy who has a significantly better team than me. That is what you like to see. Just not giving up threes, making him work, especially when he got a couple shots off with Steph, not giving that up anymore. Basically keying on the guys that he's trying to key on the offensive end of the court, and just making him work, not giving up anything easy. That's really the key to this game to have success, is to not give up those easy buckets and anything like that, and then take what's open for you on the offensive end of the court. Practice your releases, especially in freestyle, so that you're capable at shooting the ball, because shooting is very important this year. You have to be able to green shots. You're not going to make whites like you would in previous years, so it's crucial to be able to hop into freestyle, green those shots, and things like that. But as y'all can see, we're able to beat a guy with a much better team than us, and it's not that hard. Once you do simple things, get your defensive settings, things like that. Like I said, I'll have that defensive settings video. It is not that complicated whatsoever to have success in the clutch time mode. But let's hop back to the main menu and let's review this video. All right, so in conclusion, there's a few main points that I did cover in this video. The first of which is building yourself a team with at least 4 capable shooters. It doesn't have to be an all-5 shooter. If you're running a guy like Gobert, even a Sapphire Shaq, somebody like that who can't shoot the ball, that is fine. I have like what I would say is 4.5 capable shooters right now because I can shoot with Giannis, but I'm really only going to shoot with him if he's wide open versus these other guys who I'm all more confident shooting with. But you want to be able to build a squad that can stretch the floor, has at least 1 or 2 primary defenders. A guy like Scotty Barnes is that primary defender for me. A couple guys who can guard the interior, Giannis and Pau are those examples for me, and then a guy who can handle the ball, which is going to be Ja Morant. You want that ball handler or 2 as well. So you just want to be able to build a solid squad that can really do everything on the court at a successful level, and I feel like even a squad like this, which is going to cost you a total of probably 25,000 MT to build max, is a very, very good team, and really is a team that's very attainable for basically everybody. It's not hard to have a quality team in clutch time that will give you success. Additionally, once you get in a game, you want to make sure you're doing your settings, your defensive settings, especially setting up a freelance offensively so that your pick and roll and spacing and things like that are good as well. And then what you want to do after that is make sure you're taking what's available to you on the offensive end of the court, not forcing threes, and then not giving up 3s and 4s on the defensive end of the court. Make your opponent work, key on what they're doing offensively and react to the way they're playing offense. Stop the guys that they're focusing on trying to score with, things like that. Just don't force, don't play overly aggressively, don't overswing on defense and try to get fancy and things like that. There's only 14 seconds for your opponent to try to score. You just got to play straight up solid defense, and if you do these things, you're basically going to have a ton of success every single game. If you make those simple adjustments to your game, and that's going to help you to win all the clutch time online and especially offline, but even online, you're going to win the vast majority of your games. You're going to be able to complete clutch time in a lot of success, or have a lot of success and do it in a very timely manner. So hopefully this video does help you all out. If it does, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.